the first ever women's elimination chamber, Ronda Rousey's contract signing, and we now know who Brock Lesnar will be facing at WrestleMania. This is your Elimination Chamber after show.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Let's get hyped, guys. Let's do this.
If I was standing, you know.
Nah, in honor of Brock not coming in tonight, I ain't doing this dance. I ain't doing it for him. I ain't doing it.
But this is the perfect song to get you hyped. Even though he wasn't on the show today, when I was asked, what song do you want to do today? I was like, we got to do Brock Lesnar because it's going to hype me up. Anyways, guys, I'm Denise Salcedo, your host for tonight. This is your Elimination Chamber after show. Steve Kaufman ditched us today, guys. He is in Las Vegas having plenty of fun at the Elimination Chamber. So make sure to check him out on Twitter at Steve Kaufman. But don't worry, we have an awesome panel here today. Joining us to the left is our pay-per-view panel regular, George Hermoza.
It's me, GHERMOZA, Twitter, Instagram, all the social media handles.
Awesome. And right next to him, we have America's sweetheart, Evan Mack.
What's going on, y'all? It's Evan Mack. You can catch me on Twitter at Evan Mack Lish. America's sweetheart here. What's up?
You know, first of all, so I have to mention this at the start of the show because I just loved your whole getup. The second you walked in, I was like, "That's Evan." I'm so excited to have him on the podcast.
You gotta bring the Cena hat out, man. You know what I mean? You gotta bring Cena every now and again.
I love it. I love it. All right, guys. So we had 6 matches here today.
Yeah.
Not very many matches, but a lot that happened on the show. Before we get started, what were your quick thoughts overall on the entire show here today?
I thought it was a great show. I think it kind of flew by pretty quickly. I mean, before I know it, it was like 3.5 hours already. I'm like, I thought it was a great show from top to bottom.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I liked it. We got history again. Women making history again. Elimination Chamber Max showing that they can carry like a male match just as easy as they can. Great. It was great. I thought it was spectacular. I'm glad. I'm glad they started with that one too. By the way.
Yeah, I think so too. Did we all kind of get feel like this was going to be the first Elimination Chamber?
I thought so.
The first start of the show.
They kind of do that a lot nowadays, where they kind of like we go back to No Mercy 2016, where they started the event with a triple threat WWE Championship match.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like not really out of the ordinary. I feel like they wanted to spread it out, so it didn't surprise me that it was going to be the women's chamber match. They can't main event everything. But again, it's same with like not because they're women, because again the men can't main event every pay-per-view, so the women can. It's equality. You know,
things have changed.
Yeah,
they're here.
Quality. I love it, even though we run the world. All right, anyways, well, before we get into the main card, we'll go ahead and start with the pre-show. So the pre-show, we had one match. It was Gallows and Anderson versus the Miz Taraj, and Gallows and Anderson won. This was an average match, I would say, but what did you guys think?
It was good. I mean, it was exactly what it's one of those things where, as a wrestling fan, I mean, it was okay. As a WWE like segment, it's exactly what you would expect from that match. Just two teams put together. You know, one of them's gonna go over, the other one's kind of playing second fiddle to the Miz. I mean, it's exactly what I thought, how I thought it would go.
I just like when any time pre-show or anything, when someone can get some action, some people in the back can get on TV, wrestle a little bit, Miz Taraj, you know, it's great for them, it's great for the fans, it's great to get warmed up while you guys are getting your popcorn, your beer and stuff like that. I think it's good. I think it's a good match to get started.
Especially for Dallas and Axel, where you don't really see them wrestle that much. And I say this, I say this on SmackDown all the time. I'm not on the panel, but I think about it all the time. There are a lot of people on that roster that are healthy and don't even get any TV time.
This is what I'm trying to say.
You know, guys like Zack Ryder, it's like, oh wait, really? That guy's on? Yeah, it's like he's healthy.
So I'm glad when even it's a pre-show that they can get out and you know stretch their legs out, get their sea legs moving a little bit.
Yeah,
why not?
I'm actually glad that you mentioned that, having the guys that maybe don't get as much TV time to come out here, because I feel like once the pay-per-views start getting blended in together with both Raw and SmackDown, I feel like some of the guys are probably not going to get that shot. So I guess right now, while we can, have them, have their match. Anyways, but basically going on into the main card, we had the Women's Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Raw Women's title. Alexa Bliss versus Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. Guys, this honestly, for me, I was a little skeptic on how this match would go, but I have to give it like applause because it was so great. So really quick, the match started with Sonya Deville and Bayley. Next in was Mandy Rose giving Absolution the 2-on-1 advantage on Bayley. The crowd was definitely behind Bayley. Then after that, we had Sasha Banks, and which kind of evened out the field for Bayley, kind of helping her out just a bit. Mandy Rose was then the first person eliminated by Sasha Banks, which she was also the first woman eliminated from the Royal Rumble, so she was on a row with getting eliminated. Then we had Mickie James, and after that we had Sonya Deville eliminated by Mickie James, and then right after that Bayley eliminated Mickie with Bayley to Bally, and then they kind of did like a cat and mouse thing. Right. Sasha and Bayley trying to get, when Alexa came out, trying to get at her. It was a lot of back and forth. A lot of fun after that. Alexa did the Twisted Bliss. Sasha then reversed it into the bank statement, and then Sasha eliminated Alexa. I'm talking way too fast. All right, guys, what did you think?
Like I said, I loved it. I loved it all. I loved Alexa Bliss she's embraced the heel role. She's a student of the game. She knows, she does her homework, all the little dirty tricks that she does, the way she interacts with the ref after she takes the belt from. She's old school heel though. Like that young lady is coming to her own, and I think it's great to see her just shine and have a nice run. I know everybody's like, when is she gonna lose? But we don't know. As long as she keeps bringing it like this, maybe never.
Yeah, seriously.
I think it's a weird dynamic, and where like I've said this before, where I feel like a lot of these NXT superstars, that kind of go up to the main roster, kind of get a little lost in the shuffle. But these unknown NXT people, I mean, she's never even had a match on a takeover, and I feel like the expectations may be a little bit lower. Hence, maybe there's more for her to grow. And I think this is a perfect example of that. I remember I one time said a few months ago, Alexa, I thought was the best woman on the roster, and I got, oh my God, it's Charlotte! How dare you? I'm like
freaking out.
Yeah, like I think this was a perfect example of why Alexa is the #1 woman in all of WWE today.
Yeah, and it's not like you weren't stepping out too far on a limb. Let's be honest, because you're talking about all aspects of the game. You're talking about on the mic and her character, wrestling, the persona.
Like, who would you rather watch on a mic or listen to?
Absolutely,
Alexa or Charlotte?
It's not even close.
Alexa,
because you already know how Charlotte's promo is going to be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm not downgrading her. She's amazing. Don't get me wrong. But it's like you kind of know what to expect from a Charlotte promo.
And it was definitely proof, because her post-match interview, guys, I was seriously sold. I thought for a second, wait, is Alexa turning babyface? I'm like, those are tears.
It was like here it comes.
So good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, when she turned, I was just like, I love you, Alexa. You're the best thing ever.
I will say this though, and again, maybe I might be wrong, or I guess in my opinion, I'm not wrong. But like, as important it is for the women to main event WrestleMania, and I'm not taking anything out of that away from anybody. I think it's more important for two women to have a singles match on a WrestleMania on the main card. Because we've never really seen that unless it's like a Playboy pillow fight or something to that extent. It's always for the championship. It's always, I want to see like a few that's beyond the championship. And I really, really hope we all see Sasha versus Bayley at WrestleMania on the main card in a singles match. No gimmicks, just one-on-one.
No triple threat,
no
fatal four-way.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're saying. I'm like it's bound to happen, and I think you're in the right direction with that kind of stuff because they have earned that opportunity. I know they want to get a lot of women involved, though. You know what I mean? I know it's part of it's not just because they don't think two women can just have a match. I think they want to put all the women out there and make sure they're involved in the grandest stage of them all, though. I think there's part of that at play as well, though. And again, I think I said this last pay-per-view, but maybe are we going to see maybe like a Luna Vachon Memorial Battle Royal, maybe just to have something to do with all the women, or I don't know, just anybody who unfortunately passed away, Yeah. But again, it's kind of sad, but also kind of like, because you feel like with these two one-on-one matches, Asuka versus Bliss, what it feels like, maybe Charlotte versus who's Charlotte supposed to face? Oh, who knows? Well,
I guess we'll get into this later, but I think it might be Asuka, but we'll see. We can get into the predictions afterwards, but I feel like that's kind of the direction that we're.
But I really want to see at least one singles match on the main card with two women. And with the way the match played out, with the whole like Sasha on the top of the chamber pod and kind of, I was like, dude, that was kind of cool. It kind of reminded me of that NXT Sasha Banks, where she kind of took a little Izzy's little hairband and kind of threw it back at her. I want to see that Sasha again, because it's been a long time since we've seen that Sasha. She's been a heel on the main roster, but not that kind of a heel. And I really hope we see that very soon.
And I guess we saw glimpses of that when she was the first one to kick Bailey. The second that she, they had Alexa in there.
You got a taste of it a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think we still keep seeing glimpses of that. What did you guys think of the structure overall of this match? Because I thought it was I thought the match went really good. It was really solid in the beginning. And then towards the end, when it was the final 3 girls, it just totally took off. And it just did so well where, like, even though most of us knew that Alexa Bliss was going to win, I think really, you didn't know that?
No,
I expected it.
I thought Roman winning was more predictable than Alexa. I thought this one could have gone either way.
Oh man, they had me thinking the same thing, like, especially with Sasha, and pulling through, and like they had me a little bit.
Yeah,
though.
I wasn't surprised, but also like, okay, it's like I can enjoy this match for what it is and be legitimately like, oh, anybody can win this match.
Oh, absolutely.
But as opposed to the main event was like, we kind of heard the rumblings, But yeah, I wasn't surprised, but I was very happy as well.
Like if someone would have won, you would have been like, oh, okay. Yeah.
I felt like they were both predictable.
Think so, huh?
Yeah, both of them. Both of them. But either way, I thought that, having Alexa win and the way that she won was just great. And then having the post-match interview was like gold. I wasn't expecting much from that, even though I love Alexa and her promos. But how everything played out was just like...
She's ridiculous.
I kind of want to see her follow-up with... And it looks like Kurt Angle might be a little bit preoccupied. But because I like that promo from a few weeks ago where like, why isn't Brock Lesnar defending the championship in a chamber? Like, why am I in the chamber? So I kind of want to see her like kind of come back and like, hey, listen, like, kind of reiterate how much of the best she is. So I hope we see a lot more, or I hope we see her on the mic tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. All right, so after this match, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match, The Bar versus Titus Worldwide, and The Bar took it home. What did you guys think? I know that this is the match right after the Elimination Chamber, so people are kind of like hyped at one point, and now the energy has gone down, but I think they kind of knew it because they kind of started right before the bell rang. Fast pace, let's get it going. They know the crowd is going to be a little tired, just waiting to see for the next chamber match. Yeah. But overall, what did you guys think of this?
Like I said, just your solid tag team match. Yeah. Two athletic, like, listen, they're all athletics. Cesaro's, it's just it's an athletic show. It's just great competitors, great superstars at the top of their game wrestling. And so I don't know what you want. What did you want out of the match? You know what I mean?
I think this was more predictable than the women's chamber match as far as like you knew Titus Worldwide wasn't gonna win.
That would blow. Like even if they won, how shocked would the crowd have been? Would it have been like a pop? Would it have been like
we're like really? Oh wait, that's what they're doing.
Literally, what? Yeah.
But they're gonna win. They're gonna lose it back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, because fans swear, man, they want that kind of stuff. But if it happens to the wrong people, like we didn't want that. WWE Universe is very fickle, man. They're like, we want to see change. They're like, we don't want to see that change at all. Like they don't want to see Elias at WrestleMania main eventing now.
Yeah.
But they're like,
they'll cheer for him, but
why isn't he over?
Yeah. Agreed. Well, another match after that was Asuka versus Nia Jax, and I feel like this match, even though obviously it was right smack in between the both chambers, I feel like everybody was really up for this one, and it kind of boosted up the energy. So pretty much, Nia dominated the start of the match, slamming Asuka face onto the mat. The crowd was cheering for both Nia and Asuka at one point, which actually kind of caught me by surprise. Asuka got her with a series of kicks. Nia gives her a Samoan drop. Asuka strikes again. Asuka locks in the arm bar, and then Nia grabs her, breaks the hold. And then as Nia is yelling at her that she is going to go to WrestleMania, Asuka defeats her with a roll-up. And then afterwards, Nia attacks Asuka, beats her down, puts her through the barricade. What did you guys think?
I mean, I thought it was a great match, to be honest with you. This was an example of like I just flat out like to see a one-on-one match. I know it had like WrestleMania implications but it was just straight up one-on-one. No gimmicks, no like whatever. I just thought it was a great one-on-one match.
Were you shocked that Nia lost though? Really?
That streak, that Oscar streak is real, and it's alive, and it's here.
I will say though,
I'm telling you,
and I know you'll probably say something else, but I think Alexa's gonna break the streak at Mania against Asuka.
It's gonna shock the world too. Yeah. It would shock the world because they want everyone's assuming it's gonna be just 2 Japanese title holders at the end, and after April hits, but. I don't know, man. They got me thinking Alexa just can't lose. I don't think she ever gonna lose, man. What, is this girl gonna lose the title? My goodness, but the match was great. I like that it still kind of protects Nia after she beat up Asuka. She still looks dominant, even when you lose to her by a roll up. It looks like you're slipping a little bit. But when you smash somebody through a barricade, you beat them up, and she leaves off limping. She lost, but she won. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to see Nia get protected that way.
But how do you think that makes Asuka look, though? Because she just won her match, and then she gets attacked, and she gets thrown out
Well,
there
I think
looking
it's a
all
perfect
weak.
example of my voice goes track. I think it's a perfect example of just two people looking strong. Asuka won the match, but Nia Jax was the one that stood tall at the end of the day.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, it makes Asuka look vulnerable. So because fans out there, we knew it was gonna happen. We knew it was gonna happen.
Right.
But when you beat her up and she leaves off and she needs help by 2 referees, you're like, okay.
And it kind of made sense too, because essentially, what I think is going to be Asuka versus Alexa. You have Alexa's best friend kind of softening her up for WrestleMania, which is like a month and a half away now. But still, it's a little something.
I definitely wanted to see Asuka versus Alexa, but after this match, now having Nia not won and be added to the triple threat, I kind of feel like that's why Asuka is going to go and face Charlotte, and then it's going to be Alexa and Nia. So because Nia lost today, that's why I think it's going to be Alexa versus Nia.
But didn't they already announce it though? They didn't announce that it was going to be.
No, she hasn't actually named
Made it
it.
official.
She hasn't made it official yet.
Okay.
And I mean, there's still 6 weeks towards Mania, so they can still work at it. Asuka and Charlotte. But I hope that if Asuka does move on to Charlotte, she first takes care of Nia, because if not, then like I said, I thought she kind of looked weak today,
I understand.
getting beat up. So I hope she takes care of that issue and then jumps over and targets Charlotte.
I feel like we're gonna see like maybe a multi-woman match for SmackDown
For the title.
Yeah. I feel like there's way too many, because you have Becky in the
There's a
role.
lot going on.
And maybe Carmella's gonna cash in at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Everybody
about
kinda forgets.
Carmella.
It has to be a Mania. It just has to be, right? Or Raw, maybe Raw the next day. I mean SmackDown on Tuesday. But it's coming though. It's coming soon. I'm very excited about that cash in, by the way.
Especially because it's been such a long
has.
time.
Yeah.
Now
It
it's just a
has.
prop, an accessory. We kind of forgot what it can get
She
her.
wears it well though. She wears it well.
Yeah, and I think she needs it. It helps Carmella, definitely. Awesome. All right, so moving on, match number 4 was Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt, and we had Matt Hardy win. What did you guys think of this one? Because I kind of felt like the match, the fans weren't really all that into it. I thought that when they had Matt Hardy do more of his broken gimmick, they were into that. Yeah. But the match as a whole, probably not too much. The fans were, I think this is a match, they were chanting for their beach balls, and all of that side stuff was going on. So what did you guys think of that?
Are you guys familiar with the broken mat thing, where it started from and how that goes, and what that do you feel WWE is giving that all it's worth? Because that's what I thought you'd say. But because the fans, the casual fan, does not know how great that gimmick was. It's the best gimmick of his career. It just is, and I think they're not giving it its full breath. So he just like this. Why is he crazy? What's going on? And I think that
they're still seeing him as Matt Hardy.
Yeah, without question. And what bothers me about that on the flip side is my man Bray never wins ever, ever. And that's the eater of worlds and all the stuff like that. That's one of my favorite superstars ever. And he had potential. You can't have him keep losing though. If he's like the Pied Piper of WWE, but you can't have him keep losing all the time. But if he loses the broken mat and you set it up right, then we're all good. But with just Matt Hardy, listen, the older Matt Hardy beating young, fresh eater of worlds, it just does not land. I'm telling you, it doesn't. It doesn't. My best friend in the world, Jordan, blow me up. This is just not. No.
It's one of those things where it's like the NWO when they came into WWE in 2002, where they forgot how it got originated, right? It wasn't just 3 guys that just came in, Vince coming in and saying I'm gonna bring in Hogan, Hall, and Nash. No, it was really and excuse my language, F the establishment kind of thing. So when they kind of came in and said all right, well, we're with Vince, that kind of goes against what the NWO is, we kind of saw that in TNA where it kind of started with Matt hating on Jeff and whatnot, Right. I mean, I think it's still relatively in its infantile stage as far as the broken gimmick.
I hope so. Bro.
Yeah, and hopefully it kind of comes full circle when we do see Brother Nero come back, which I thought he was going to come back because they were singing the the song that he sang in TNA in the beginning, which I loved. But with that said, honestly, I really like this match.
Oh, no, the match is amazing.
I thought the match was really, really good.
Oh, no, the match is great. That's a veteran and Bray's coming.
I thought this match was so great.
Oh yeah, I didn't when I went home, my little diatribe, my little soliloquy I went on. I didn't say the match was bad. The match was good.
Yeah, but
the match was good.
But you would never know because of the crowd.
Correct. And listen, the crowd they know they have power, man. They know they can. And I'm telling you, WrestleMania 22 is like kind of really drove it home, and they like destroyed that freaking Brock Lesnar match. They killed that match, and I just harken back to that moment when I was there in New York, being like, they just took the life out of this epic match because they found out they were both leaving, and like the crowd has power, man. They talk about beach balls and all this other stuff.
Rusev
like
Day chants as well.
Rusev Day chant in that match, man.
It's one of those things where it's like, you guys were having a great match, but at the same time, it's like, I hope they're listening to the Rusev chants because he's really over.
And
hopefully he doesn't fall under the cracks like they do with a lot of other people.
Sidebar, he has never been more over.
Yeah,
that's attributed.
But we've seen them do that. We've seen them do that with other people, like with Bad News Barrett. Like he was getting over, and they're like, oh well, you're getting too over, so screw you.
WWE is my favorite thing in the world. I got a damn tattoo on WWE, so that they have me forever. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is,
agree.
Those guys, like, man, they killed Barrett, man.
Yeah,
they killed him, and like, listen, and
I just hope that
it's so over. It's ridiculous.
His shirt was sold out for like weeks.
Man, I can't even get a Rusev shirt.
Have you seen the video of him like pressing the shirts?
Absolutely.
I love to see his videos with Lana and their photos.
Gosh.
I'm just like, I know exactly why Lana is with Rusev.
Seriously.
He just has like a personality that girls, we just can't resist.
He's a goofy too. Oh man, Rusev.
So with Bray and Matt Hardy, do you guys think we're gonna see this being carried out all the way through Mania?
I hope we see like broken Hardys against maybe Bray and someone.
To what you're saying, to your point, if it is in his infantile stage, and if they build that to Mania, and he does them broken segments and stuff, then I'll just shut the hell up and say I apologize. Yeah. I come on after Buzz and say I'm sorry.
Because I mean, even so, like when made TNA, because at first, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw the broken stuff, I hated it. I thought this was the worst thing that can happen to pro wrestling. But then I was like, wait, what am I doing? Like that's the thing about wrestling is like it can be so many great things. There's not just one way. So once I kind of saw like the singer, we need Singer Benjamin back. I think that's gonna be something that kind of makes this Broken Hardys great. And then with the Vanguard and so little things like that. We haven't seen that yet. I'm hoping that we've seen read the internet stuff and be like, hey, maybe it is coming soon.
You're right about that. Yeah, if I'm dead wrong, I'll be the first to say I'm wrong.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking is that how at WrestleMania we always have like different bands coming out to perform and different stuff like that. What if instead, or part of, they do a longer pre-tape of the Woken universe for everybody to watch at WrestleMania or something like that, where everybody could be like on the screen and we can see something similar to what we saw in TNA and just kind of like bring it, obviously not too, I guess you can say WWE style, but something where the fans can be like, that's so dope. And it's, different from something that we don't always see at Mania. And it's funny because
like in the beginning, and even going back to last year, like one of the guys that was very important to that Broken Universe wasn't there. Now he's there, Jeremy Borash. So I'm kind of curious. I hope that they kind of use his input as well to kind of maybe, again, hoping that the broken thing is an infantile stage.
Still got a little bit of time. Why not?
Exactly. That's what I kind of feel like. The second I heard that Jeremy Borash was coming on, I was like, oh, they got to put him in and, add some creative to all of this, because that's definitely what we needed. And a lot of the arguments of whose idea everything was, partial everybody.
That's always big, though. People want to know, listen, I want you to know this is my idea. People are big on that, man. I thought of it first.
I love it. All right, so next up we had Ronda Rousey's contract signing, which is while I feel like they announced Ronda to try and help drive the ticket sales a little bit more with Elimination Chamber. Probably definitely worked.
Why not?
So pretty much Ronda Rousey comes out, Triple H, Stephanie, and Kurt Angle are already in the ring. Kurt tells Ronda she's about to sign, but she tells him not to trust Stephanie and Triple H. So Ronda ends up putting Triple H through a table, and then Stephanie, like the great wife that she is, slaps Ronda Rousey across the face for messing with her husband. You just don't do that,
that's
right?
That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of wife I need right there. I'm going to slap the baddest woman in the planet right in the face.
And it goes to show, maybe, and again, I'm not saying this to bash the McMahons, but it goes to show that Stephanie McMahon's probably the only woman ever to slap Ronda Rousey and walk out.
No, she
Like
didn't walk out.
being
She
able
like
to walk out.
She like ran out, man.
Nobody will never be able to do that ever again.
She was on her horse though. She's like, I'm out of here.
I thought she was gonna fall. I was like, oh my god, Stephanie.
I mean, I like the segment overall, but I'm a big fan of like not reliving, but just kind of like acknowledging, right? Because you always think like, oh, are they going to acknowledge the in-ring segment that they had at 31, WrestleMania 31? Are they acknowledge this? And they did. Like I like that they kind of went back to that where it was kind of like a lot of unfinished business because we didn't see Ronda after that.
Yeah, I like Ronda. I like when Ronda, even though she had the crowd, they were very shrewd at bringing her to Vegas because you know she earned her stripes in Vegas. She blood, sweat, and tears in Vegas, so the crowd was with her. But I like that she paid homage and told people why she's here. Yeah. This is not just because I lost in the UFC. Like, you know, Roddy Piper is one of the reasons why I got into what I got into. So this is like, you know, an ode to him, and I'm here to actually compete. So I thought that was great that she said that, and the crowd appreciated her saying that. And I love that. I love that part when she did that.
Yeah. What did you guys think about her? I guess you can say her promo skills, her vocal skills. Do you think that they should have Ronda talking, or they should put her with someone like Paul Heyman?
No, just don't.
I don't think that's fair because it's like it's her first time.
No.
You know,
it's not,
I don't know, George. I don't know.
Although, real quick sidebar. I love the fact. And again, it's one I love and I hate. I love the fact that she came out to her MMA walkout song.
Yeah.
But that song fit more to her MMA personality, right? Like, because Ronda Rousey was somebody who just did not give a you know what, right? And so that bad reputation fit her MMA. We haven't really seen that in WWE yet. She seems like somebody who wants to be there. So I love that they brought it over. But like it doesn't really fit it now.
Yeah, I think they're trying a couple different things as far as Ronda, you know, cutting pro. Listen, it's tough, man. That promo monster, man. I'm telling you, there's not everybody cutting. Listen, people, the WWE is the lost art of the manager. That's why they were there. They weren't just cool, quirky personalities. They're there because these guys can't talk. And you just stand there and sweat and look big, and I'll talk and I'll be weird and I'll have my thing. It's nothing wrong with having a cool manager. I would kill for her to have Paul Heyman. I need her to have Paul Heyman. Listen, if I want to run for office and have Paul Heyman be vice president, I've always said that. If I ever run for president, listen, Paul Heyman. I mean, you and me.
Yeah. I like the act. You know, if somebody was there, and she just kind of there in the corner, standing, you know, cross her arms, and then she boom, you know, put someone in the armbar, you know, just real quick.
No matter who it is, even if you want to give somebody else an opportunity and bring someone up to be your manager, I just don't want her talking too much.
Right.
It's going to take, because she is, listen, as bad as she is, she's a sweetheart. She is. You hear? She's adorable. Yeah. Like, she can beat me up, but she's still adorable on the mic. Listen, that's neither here nor there. Have somebody else talk for you, girl.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is the thing that I think is interesting about Ronda is that they have her come out. She's smiling like the prom queen. She's waving. This is her dream come true. And then next thing you know, she's all up on Triple H's face with you know, pretty cool and stuff like that. To kind of see that balance, I feel like she has that like badass aura, which we all know that she has. So that's why for me, I'm like the talking, she's got to work on the voice because she, you know, even though she had like, I guess like the deliveries and the words right, it was more of the voice and the projection for me that was just like not coming across on the mic that, you know,
at least one time, like it was her first time. Not gonna cover any slack at all.
Oh no.
The fact that it was her first time.
Yeah, but come on, you swear they didn't help her out with that like prior, you know, go over it, have her talk on the mic.
It's their first time in front of a WWE audience, you know.
I'm pulling for you, girl. Don't listen to me what I'm saying right now. I'm with you, girl. I'm in your corner, but you need a manager.
And then also in the front row was UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier and former heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez. They showed them basically in the front row during the segment. Were you guys shocked to see them? Surprised?
Just there to, you know, they're for the support. You know, probably WWE fans.
Yeah, I know Daniel Cormier is a huge fan.
He's everything. I love.
I didn't know Cain Velasquez. I don't know, maybe he was just there for support, but I know Cormier is a huge fan.
They're probably her boys though. They probably went out afterwards and stuff like that. Just they wanted to see their girl up there doing her thing.
You know, her husband, I'm sure Travis Brown was probably around as well. You know, who knows what other MMA people. I mean, it was in Vegas, for goodness sake.
That's what I'm saying. That's her home for all intents and purposes. That's Vegas. You know, she ran that place for a few years, so why not?
So what about Mania predictions for her? Do you think we're going to see her tag team with Kurt Angle?
After tonight, I think so. I think at first it was especially nowadays where they pretty much guarantee that she's not going to get a championship match. Because I think initially everybody probably thought Charlotte versus Ronda, and
I think that's why she said it tonight.
I guess, but that kind of makes sense now. I mean, I wasn't thinking Kurt Angle because I thought it was going to be. I thought based on 2 weeks ago, I thought they were building for Seth Rollins versus Kurt Angle. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like Kurt Angle and Ronda.
People freaked out, like broke the internet when she pointed at a WrestleMania sign. I'm like, guys, she just said she's gonna be there. She said she's gonna hang out. She got a hotel room.
She could have been chilling in the front row eating nachos.
She was some beignets and fried chicken, girl. She just pointed at the sign. Everyone was like, this is ridiculous. Women are never getting over.
I'm not really a big fan of mixed tag matches, but I'm sure it's probably the best option for her, especially and Stephanie as well.
What about last year? Did you like that? Did you like Cena? And did you like that one?
No.
But that was just set up for the proposal.
I thought
plus the story leading towards it was great.
I don't want to say worse. I thought that was the least best match of the night.
I want you to look at my hat and then say that again.
Oh, I was expecting more. And that match was basically just for the proposal, which I refuse to believe that Nikki did not know it was coming.
Full disclosure, I have no objectivity when it comes to John Cena. Full disclosure.
I like John Cena. I mean, I'll probably talk about him right now, but like, I really like John Cena.
Listen, my firstborn kid after John Cena, and second and third. No objectivity. Shout out to the GOAT.
That's awesome.
I've gone on record and said John Cena overall of all time is better than Hulk Hogan.
He's the GOAT. It's not. We could talk about that a whole different show. We can.
No, let's talk about it right now. There's no point.
He's the GOAT.
I don't think he's better than Shawn. I think Shawn's a GOAT.
See, but you're talking about wrestling and stuff like that. We're talking about mic presence, out the ring, inside the ring, on top of the ring.
I think The Rock is better.
Make-A-Wish, physique, carry the torch, and never leave it. Come back from injuries. Rock was there for 5 seconds.
But he made such an impact. He made such a huge impact. His impact was so out there.
I call him Dwayne. He ain't the Rock no more. That's Dwayne Johnson. And you know what I love? This is what I love about fans.
I think Flair is better than Cena.
I love WWE fans, man. I do, because listen, you had me at Shawn, but don't ever say Shawn and The Rock. The Rock was there for 5 seconds.
But what a 5 seconds it was. What an amazing 5 seconds it was.
What I'm trying to say is John's been carrying the torch since I was in high school. I'm 33. I'm 33 years old, and I've been dealing with John Cena.
I think
The Rock.
I think John Cena is better overall. Is better overall than Hulk Hogan, and I know that gets me a lot of heat as well.
So how is he not better than The Rock?
Because The Rock's amazing.
Oh, that's tough, bro. That's a tough one, man.
Those mic skills, right? And the fact that
so Cena didn't go toe to toe with The Rock.
No.
He destroyed that dude too.
I'm not by me praising Rock. I'm not praising Cena.
But you said Shawn Michaels, and then you said The Rock. You had me as Shawn.
Well, Shawn Michaels is the GOAT. I mean, that guy.
You can argue Shawn all day.
His in-ring skills are just overall can make up for whatever.
Was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Shawn, you're like Dwayne. I'm like, he can't do Dwayne. Dwayne too cool. He can't even make.
What about Flair? What about Flair?
Flair's Flair. But we're talking about travel schedule.
I mean, I'll give you Cena.
He
does speak Mandarin.
Can we?
I mean, I want to know how much money, and no joke, I want to know how much money he made Fruity Pebbles.
Isn't that crazy?
That's just crazy.
Shout out to Dwayne Johnson. And see what my boy John does? Turns a frown upside down. Turns a frown upside down. Listen, this is my problem, because it hurts people. It hurts people that John could possibly be the greatest wrestler of all time.
He could be. I have no problem denying that.
Because what happened was, he can't wrestle. That was the chant, right?
He can wrestle.
And then guess what started happening? He started tearing the doors down with wrestling matches.
But he was able to do that even when they were chanting it.
But that's what the haters were doing. And I was like, wait, you can't? Okay, you can. It's pretty good right here. That AJ Styles match last year, match of the year probably. But it's the whole LeBron James Michael Jordan thing. Like, it might pain people that maybe one day John could surpass them all.
I agree.
And there's rumblings. The veterans in the back of the locker room, they're like, he's kind of good.
I think the thing that annoys me the most, the most is like when people talk about John and he's doing all these, they're like, oh, well, Hogan did this, Hogan or Rock did that, John. Well, Cena did the same thing. Cena, I'm sure merch sales is like all-time best.
Guaranteed. I'll put his merch sales over everybody's. Hogan's is probably,
Hogan and Austin.
Oh, good Lord. Austin, that's a different kettle of fish right
You're
there.
Like, not including Austin on that one.
Leave that one alone real quick.
But you can say Austin was only 5 years.
Like I said, you heard my position. When I say my first position, the GOAT on his hat. Never give up, Georgie.
I think bottom line, though, for reals, whether you hate John Cena or love John Cena, you have to respect everything that he has done for the company.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's done so much. It's incredible. Like, I don't know who could do that ever again, you know? So.
I told you I have no objectivity. We can just I'm a bad person to talk to.
No, I love it. I love it. I'm not going to fight you when it comes to John
Don't do
Cena.
it. I can't
All right,
do it,
I
man.
can't do it. I don't think I have enough bullet points.
Oh God, listen. Before we're gonna move on. I swear. We was at the bar, WrestleMania. This was down in Dallas, and I had like a John Cena shirt on. Right, fresh off the plane, go to the bar, and this guy yelled across the bar, like, "Hey, did your wife make you wear that John Cena shirt?" And I go, "Listen, no." I said, full disclosure, I picked this out. It's the first shirt I wore, and I was like, I said, "You look like John Cena." See, it's because he's good looking. I said, and your girl thinks he's good looking.
That's why they hate. That's why they hate Roman.
I'm telling you, and his girl was right next to him. She was like, "That's exactly why he hates John Cena," and he was like. Yeah, but anyways, his girl was like, "That's why he always hates." That's the only thing he says about him. He's like, "Oh, he's not even that good." But he's good. If he was all heavy set and all fat, no weight, and couldn't wrestle, then he'd think, "Oh, he's awesome. He's over. Kevin Owens, he's amazing."
It's just because he was never in Ring of Honor. That's why nobody.
Yeah,
that's why they're.
that's
you know?
exactly what it is.
That's because he actually can't. Like he wanted to be a wrestler. You know.
That's so true. He's like, "You didn't work through the indie circuit."
Yeah, that's why.
what it
But
is.
don't
man.
fight me on this one. He's good, just a little clumsy at times.
I need,
okay?
you
Don't
need to
fight
give me an example, PowerPoint presentation.
I'm gonna
At
pull
my-
up
my
clips.
only beef with
0.05
Cena.
seconds.
My only beef with Cena is like, dude, can you not talk so loud?
John is loud.
What's wrong with talking loud?
Because now
Some
we all
people
know.
just have a loud voice. I'm
Well,
insulted
not
by that.
when part of the not when part of the wrestling match is a part of like, hey, this is what we're gonna do.
Oh, you mean that?
Hey,
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
you mean
Shinsuke,
that.
get
Yeah.
up, Shinsuke.
Listen, my man's getting
No,
old.
yeah, you're right
Listen,
on that,
He's
for
getting
sure.
a little older, getting a little long in the tooth. Yo, John, don't listen to these people here, man. I'm with you. I didn't hijack this show, John. We're done talking about you for right now.
I agree with you. I feel like John was the first wrestler where I actually
Actually,
noticed it, where I actually noticed the talking, and I was like, "Hey, you're ruining this for me. You know, what are you doing? What are you doing,
Stop indicating, Jonathan.
Jonathan?"
That's what I call him. That's what I call him, my private time.
Awesome. Well, like I said, there weren't very many matches on this show, so we're moving on to the main event, guys. The men's elimination chamber match. Winner faces Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at WrestleMania. Now, I think we all knew who was going to win this one, but I'm going to say it. Anyways, Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Elias The Miz, and Braun Strowman, and he's going to go on to face Brock Lesnar. Very shocking. I had no idea, guys. Anyways, the match started with 3 guys. It was The Miz, Finn, Seth. A little slow in my opinion, but you guys can fight me later on that. And then we had John Cena coming in, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman. The Miz was eliminated by Braun Strowman via power slam. Then Elias came in, and then after that, they all attacked Strowman, which I thought was pretty cool. Everybody did their finish on Strowman. And then after that, Elias was eliminated by Braun Strowman via power slam. Cena was eliminated by Strowman via power slam. Finn was eliminated by Braun Strowman via power slam, and so was Seth Rollins. And then Strowman was then eliminated by Reigns. And then Braun attacked Reigns.
Listen, this is what's crazy is I love The Miz. The Miz finds a way to impact any match he's in. The whole thing in the beginning when he's like, how about you and I team up? Let's beat this dude up. And then he said, no, it's like, how about you and I team up? Beat this dude up. Like Miz always finds a moment, so I'm excited. I'm always excited to see Miz in a match. He's at the best. He's at the top of his game right now. So, little side note, shout out to Miz. He's amazing right now. But Braun's Braun, man. I love Braun, man. But he can't keep losing. You can't just have him flip over like a house. Like he flipped over my house yesterday. That's neither here nor there because after that he follows up with getting beat. And that's what they do in the commentators. You know what they're doing. They're trying to he beat the brakes off Roman Reigns afterwards. So he beat up Roman, but he keeps losing. I need him to win.
But he looked like a star, though. Throughout the chamber, he was like, I'm going to kill you. I killed
That's
you.
how they do him, though.
Blah, blah, blah.
And at the end of the day, they don't let him win. He always looks like a star. That's why I think he should get a 1-2-3 kill.
George, you look like you're ready and dying to say something.
I really like Roman Reigns. I really do. I'm not a Roman hater.
Just give me because you're not. It's not like you're wrong or right about that. Like just what do you like about Roman?
I think he's amazing in the ring. I think he.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you're like, I wasn't expecting that.
I swear to God,
You were expecting something else
That's a
right
hot
there.
take after Buzz. No, I'm not. I'm just messing with you. No,
I think. God, you're gonna kill me. I think if Cena looks like $1 million, because he does, I think Roman looks like $3 million. I just think he looks like just like a top guy, right? However, I don't think.
I don't even have any water in this cup. I just sip on no water.
However, I think they are doing him no favors. it goes back to Royal Rumble 2015, where he didn't so much win the Royal Rumble. He so much won because Big Show and Kane were kind of fighting amongst each other, and Roman took advantage, right? He needed to look dominant, right? And even now, it's like he didn't look dominant. Braun Strowman looked dominant. So it's kind of like Roman just kind of picked up the pieces. When going up against Brock, he needs to show that he is a badass MFer. Like, because that's what he needs to be booked at, because he is.
I know. Okay, I know what you're saying. Okay, I get what you're saying. So, but what about him beating Triple H, grandest stage of them all, beating Undertaker, grandest stage of them all, beating John Cena clean, beating me, beating you, beating her. He beat my mama yesterday. How about beating everybody in the world at the grandest stages when it counts the most? Does that mean nothing? Because he's pretty over.
He is over.
He beats everybody. Now, all the stuff you're saying is not bad. Like, 'cause I'm not a Roman Reigns hater. He didn't do nothing to me. All this Roman Reigns hate thing, that's I'm telling you, good looking dude, fit dude. Like, you're not The Rock. You know what I mean? Everyone that looks Samoan, you're like, you're not The Rock.
But I think it goes back to him being a really, really good looking guy.
I'm telling you, and listen, I'm not even joking. Psychologically, I think that is the hate behind a lot of
honestly,
you wrestling nerds out there, man. Y'all be hating on these dudes that look good, man. I am telling
and honestly,
you,
it didn't help 3 years ago when they gave
it.
him colored lenses. I'm like, dude,
that's what it is.
Hold on. As the
so
only
real.
female on this panel, I gotta say I do not think Roman Reigns is good looking.
Erroneous.
So sorry.
Erroneous.
So sorry, guys.
Oh, hold on, no. That follow-up question is, who is good looking then?
Who's good looking then?
Oh, my most good looking CM Punk.
Okay, listen. See,
that just goes back to style. Yeah, that just goes back to
that's what I'm talking about. You one of them girls, though. Like, I like the guys that just don't try.
I like the hairy guys.
You know the guy that just doesn't try. You know the guy has
older
bathed
looking
in a month.
ones.
He's so high. Like, I haven't taken a shower. Like, you want to go out sometime? You want
That's my type right there. The dirty looking ones.
So CM Punk has his own look though. But no, what I'm trying to say, listen, with this, and it's hard for people to wrap their head around the good looking thing. You know when someone's good looking, doesn't mean you think they're attractive. When I say that dude's good looking, like I said to a girl, Ryan Gosling's good looking, she goes, no, he's not. I go, wait, what? You don't have to be attracted to him to say he's
pretty.
good looking. He's a good looking dude. Like,
like we're not attracted to him, but he's a good looking dude.
But don't be stupid.
Especially when the hair up though.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is a fit, good looking dude, and he wins all the time. The same reason y'all hating on John. John had to put his head through like 15 tables for y'all to be like, oh, okay, no bad. You know,
and also another thing with Roman Reigns, I think they did him wrong, right? You had guys like John, guys like Sean, Brett, you know, a lot of the guys, a lot of the formula, Austin, Rock, they all had that kind of year-long mid-card title run, where they had the IC champion, the US championship, and they never gave that. They gave it to him like after he won the championship.
But they wanted to elevate him so quickly.
Yeah.
But you're 100% right. Me and Jordan talk about this all the time. My best friend, we wrestling guy, Jordan. Holla at your boy. You chatting up. Holla at your boy. We talk about it all the time. Like, that's what they miss. Like the mid card stuff. Like holding on to the IC gold for a while. Like just something. Like,
and then showing that you can work.
Yeah, you're right. That is 100% what the problem is. They didn't just let him just earn his stripes and go up the pecking order. They're like, main event. They're like, who you want to beat? Boom, beat that guy, best guy in the business, beat him clean. And it's not like if Roman's like, it's like getting a role for a movie. Like you've never done acting in your life, but someone goes, you'll be the lead in this. You're gonna say no. Roman's not gonna say no. They're giving him the brass ring, but at the same time, I know Roman's like, oh my God, wish y'all just let me, have a couple feuds with a couple like mid-level guys. So this is because he acts hard, but this bothers him. This stuff bothers him. Like that booing, not for the show boo.
He handles it differently than John did. That's for sure.
WrestleMania last year at Monday Night Raw was bad. I was live. It was bad. They would not let that dude talk.
But I thought that was his best interview probably ever.
But that's oh my good Lord, man. Because he had to do it because they wouldn't let him talk.
But that's how you handle it.
That's bad though. Like, and I'm like, I don't think he deserves that. He doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, they said a lot of things that I wouldn't call him.
It was bad, man.
I am looking forward to the match, and so I just hope it doesn't main event. That's all I want.
Oh, it will main event.
That's all I want.
See, you can't.
But, I mean,
it's gonna main event.
Do you think there's any way that they can make this into a three-way and add Braun to it? Because I think that would maybe get people more psyched to see Roman versus Brock if they throw in Braun in there.
I think it'd be nice for us fans to have, but I think this is kind of like the match that they wanted 3 years ago.
Yeah,
right.
Like the even without the cash in from Seth. And so, what is there any way that Brock retains the title at all?
No.
At all?
No.
So, in terms of the chamber itself, did you think it lived up to the expectation? Did you not like it? Was it mediocre? One of the favorites?
Loved it.
I thought it was great.
I love that they let Braun pin everyone.
Yeah.
I like the change. He was dominant. John does what John does. Finn does what Finn does. I liked and Seth does spectacular stuff like he always does. Yeah. It's good to see these great wrestlers go at it, man. And Braun is still protected though. As much as I hate when he loses, he looks like he's unbeatable though. Even when he loses, he's unbeatable. He even got over on Roman at the end. You know what I mean? Roman came back to Raw talk looking all beat up and all depressed, eyes all watery. Like,
although I am kind of curious the fact that both number one contenders, their matches pretty much ended the same.
Right.
Where they beat the bigger person and then they get attacked. I thought that was weird.
I like that.
I felt like there was a lot of similarities, and even commentary was saying like, "Oh, that happened in the women's match,"
Yeah,
or
I thought
"Oh,
that was
like the
weird.
women's match."
You don't
And I
really
was
see
like,
that. You
"Don't do that.
yeah.
Don't do that."
That'd be like if two matches go straight like through a table at this in a row. I think that's just weird.
What do you have any like theory, or why do you what do you think that was the reason for that was?
I don't know. Like usually I can play like Booker, but like I really don't. I thought it was weird. I couldn't even think of anything. Back to Roman Reigns though. I don't know. Back to that match. I really, really was hoping. I know the rumbling said Roman. I was hoping Finn won. Finn would have won.
Going against Brock. Huh?
Yeah, I think
David and
that.
Goliath, too.
I
You're
think
dreaming
that would have
hard.
been. I think that would have been the best match.
Seeing that Finn never lost the title ever.
Yeah. And at WrestleMania, Demon Finn come out. Heyman would have done an amazing job putting him over. Like he doesn't need to put over Roman. I mean, Roman's Roman, but
can you really sell the match against him and Brock though? But would just Brock like kill him for like 20 minutes? How can you sell it? Because the AJ match was amazing, but that's AJ, so AJ can get a good match out of me. So but he's not saying much. But like he's that good. But
because I even thought Roman shouldn't have won 2015 and go on to 31. I don't think it should have been Daniel Bryan winning.
Batista was
2014.
Blue Tista.
Shout out to
I'll
Batista.
never forget Blue Tista.
But going back to the Chamber match, how Braun was so dominant. Like usually it's really the ones that are most dominant that doesn't win. Because you look at the most eliminations in a Rumble, it's like Roman and Kane, and they didn't win.
It's true.
I think they ended up being runner up in both.
Was that the year?
years.
Like was that the year that Triple H knocked him out?
2001 was Kane,
Yeah.
and he got eliminated by Austin last, and then 2014 was Roman, and then he got eliminated by Batista.
So what about the women's chamber versus the men's chamber for you guys? Which one did you think was
I
more
like the
entertaining?
women's chamber.
Agreed.
I also love the
Agreed.
women's Royal Rumble as well. I thought
Me
that.
too. No,
Yeah.
that was that's not even close. Though the women's rumble was way better than the men's rumble. It's just them ladies, the old school ladies bringing out everyone. They pulled out all the stops. They knew this is a women's Royal Rumble, and they showed up. Tonight was amazing. They show up. This is like when history's on the line. These ladies put it on the line. They know what's at stake, and they know what they respect the moment.
Yeah, and going back to like maybe like the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match,
Right.
I thought that was a little underwhelming. I thought their match on SmackDown was a lot better, but I like that this match they weren't afraid to use the chamber. They got beat up.
Yes, they
did.
did.
We're like, oh, we're girls. We're just gonna keep it in the ring.
I felt like they used the chamber more than the men at times.
Those days are over. That whole women getting hurt, we're scared to get hurt thing, that's over. These ladies don't play. Them days are long gone. Good Lord.
Yeah, I think it could have been like people were, at the start after Money in the Bank, since it wasn't that impressive, people would have been like, oh, they're just doing this for the women, just to give them a spot. But the women are like, no, we are doing good. And it's not just them saying it, but we're actually seeing it. Because come Royal Rumble, I didn't expect to like the women's Rumble more than the men. And today, even after the Rumble, I didn't expect to like the women's chamber more than the men's chamber.
Seriously.
So that's like major props to them, like honestly.
There was time where they threw the women through the middle part of the rope. They wouldn't even put the woman over the top.
Yeah.
It was second
Or not
rope.
even like the bottom. Like,
Yeah,
you
it
can
was
roll
like-
out through the bottom, and you got eliminated from a battle royal.
Look how far they've come.
Awesome. Well, we're just about to round out our show. Do we have any last minute predictions? I know we still have Fastlane, so we still have a few weeks till WrestleMania. I know we're all aching for it, but any last minute predictions?
I always like these shows, the ones before Mania, because it's like you can kind of see what's on tap for Mania.
Right.
Obviously, now we have a better clears. We got Roman Brock. We have Angle and Rousey, probably against Triple H
It's
and
looking
Stephanie.
like it.
So it's not like we'll have a better clear after Fastlane, but I'm kind of looking forward to Monday night tomorrow.
The only thoughts I have is I just want everybody to stay healthy. That's just how I am, like kind of like superstitious because they go hard. They're still like another pay-per-view, and I'm like, all right, guys. It's just when Nia blasted Oscar, like, girl, it's me just hope that's cake. Just get to April.
Take it easy.
That's all I'm asking for. So that's pretty much all I care about.
Awesome. I totally agree with you. All right, George Hermoza, where can people find you on social media to come chat with you about Elimination Chamber and etc.?
Well, if anything, you can always comment on the YouTube comments. I always usually respond on the YouTube comments.
Even to the mean ones?
Even to the mean ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I usually respond like a snarky comment. But Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, GHER, not Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, GHERMOZA.
And Evan, where can they find you? America's sweetheart.
Yeah, girl. Evan Mack List on Twitter. Evan T Mack on Instagram. Holla at your boy, man. I know y'all gonna hate on me that John Cena thing. Y'all come at me. Y'all know where to find me. AfterBuzz TV. Hey, girl.
Don't worry, man. I wake up to hate tweets, man. That's the worst, where I think I had a great show. I wake up and there's hate tweets, and I'm like, why you guys gotta be so mean? Anyways, but like Taylor Swift, just shake it off. Anyways, but you guys can talk to me on Twitter and on Instagram @ Denise Salcedo, and on YouTube, Denise Salcedo. Just Google me everywhere, Denise Salcedo. I'm tired of saying my name. Anyways, guys, that was our Elimination Chamber show. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.